in the stars, like in a galaxy.
Are you floating in the galaxy?
I'm floating in the galaxy.
How does your body feel? Do you have a body?
Yeah, like I'm aware of my body.
Can you see anything on your body if you look down?
No, there's no body.
Are you non-physical?
Yeah, I'm just like light.
How does it feel to be light?
Spacious. Expanded.
What else do you see around you?
There's not really anything else there.
It's totally fine. You can...
There's kind of like a... On the right side of me, there's like a black circle portal looking thing.
A black circle of portal?
It's like it's a portal essentially, but it's just black.
Can you see... is the portal sucking anything inside?
No. It's just there.
Is it moving?
No.
How far are you from the portal?
Like an arm's length, a little bit more away.
Right.
Oh, and now I'm moving through the portal.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're in the portal.
Yes, I'm in the portal.
How does it feel to be in the portal?
Just feels like I'm being slowly pulled, floating through like looking forward it's black, when I look backwards it's light.
Interesting. So now you're in the portal, you're on the other side of the portal. And where are you traveling to?
I'm traveling back home.
Where is home?
Back to the light source.
What can you see ahead of you?
Well, I've now arrived in this very big space. Like it's the biggest space I've ever seen in my entire life.
Can you describe what the space looks like?
It's white, but clear. And it's so big that it's almost as if I'm a ball, but I am the wall of a ball. And it's like this, like I feel like this.
Is that how you feel physically? Just expanding? Would you use that word?
Yeah.
Can you see yourself? Or are you just completely immersed into that space?
I'm immersed into the space. It's like there's this expansiveness, and yet within the expansiveness there's still an emptiness. And I can see within the space there's my human body, and she's just standing there by herself.
Right. Your human body in this life? Is she just standing there?
Yeah.
Is she looking at anything? What is happening to her right now? Do you know?
No, she's just at a point that she just doesn't really even, it's just not even phasing her anymore what's happening.
So you are just observing the body, the vehicle, as an external perspective?
The vessel, yeah. The vessel's in the now I'm spiraling.
Where are you spiraling to?
I'm just moving. It's like I'm spiraling. I'm not sure where we're going yet.
Okay.
We seem to be moving upwards.
Upwards?
Yeah, because you just got further away.
Are you leaving the space? Are you leaving the vehicle?
Yeah.
You referred, you used we, so who are we in this case?
We. I'm just still spiraling.
Do you feel there is other energy present?
I feel like I am spinning, like my human vessel right now feels sick because we're spinning.
Right.
Like I feel dizzy.
Well, we can always jump forward to the next scene where this is going to. We can just jump straight there.
Okay.
What's happening now?
She's very scared. She's freaking out.
Who is she?
the human.
Why? Why is that?
She's scared of the fact that maybe she may get lost and not return. And she's scared of the fact that she goes through the process of connecting with us, that being able to integrate it into the human life and integrate it into her world, she won't be accepted or understood.
May I ask, who are you? Or what are you?
We are her spirit team and her spirit guides.
Right.
She's going through a process where when she realizes that she's connected to us, she spirals and pulls herself out.
Do you have any advice for her? For her human self?
She needs to realize that we're not here to cause any harm or pain to her or suffering. And she needs to realize that she is a very powerful being and that she has come here and incarnated here to make way for bright light.
How is that going at the moment? Is she on the right path?
Yes, she is on the right path, although there are some things that she needs to implement to allow her to continuously open her channels to receiving. The main thing is trust, consistency, and a form of protection. She stresses that she needs to constantly be developing herself, but all she needs to do is create the space in order for her to receive.
So what would that look like in her everyday life? Should she take more time for self-care?
It's not so much to do with the self-care, you see. It's more to do with her literally sitting down or going for a walk, just creating the space for her to open her mind, to listen, to receive. She hears things and she is very much aware that we are here, that we talk to her. Sometimes she even feels our presence, but she freaks out. And so, if she can create more space and consistency with us, we can connect with her and build a relationship with her, just as you would as a human.
So beautiful. You are suggesting her to make a dedicated time every day to connect to the spiritual realm. Is that correct?
Yes. She must understand that we are not separate, that we are actually connected to her. We are her, she is us, we are one. So essentially she is not connecting in terms of she's disconnected from us. She is just essentially embodying herself in a different form, if that makes sense.
Yes. She also has shared her concern about having blockages in terms of channeling and really, I guess, using her gifts to benefit the world. I was wondering, what blockages are those, if there is any?
She's spiraling again. So the blockages that she's experienced come from the need of wanting logical explanation. Logic is a three-dimensional thing or experience. We suggest that she surrounds herself with the support and the people in which she can see that her channeling, her spiritual gifts, her light and what she's come here to bring through is modeled to her.
It's modeled to her. Can you elaborate on that a bit more?
Yes. The modeling is that she believes that what she does is not normal or accepted, and there is no such thing as normal. So the modeling is essentially surrounding herself with people who essentially channel the same as her.
That sounds like she is definitely on the right direction. Is that correct?
Yes. She doesn't realize that she's come here to actually bring through quite big codes to this planet. She forgets that the human body is very young and in some ways unexperienced. She needs patience and time and trust and confidence in herself that when the time is right, the divine timing, she will open up and receive all that is needed for her to bring through.
Is there any toxic people or situation that she needs to avoid in her life so that her life is more aligned as you just spoke?
There's no necessary toxic people that are surrounding her at this current time. She's actually just recently disconnected herself from those people and those situations. But in saying that, they were situations in which she needed to experience to understand the different levels in which the human goes through with their spirituality. She just needs to be aware of the fact that the people who are surrounding her in her life right now are key people who are accelerating her growth and expanding her. And she must let the fear go, the fear that these people will leave. Once she's let go of that fear, she'll be able to open her heart more and allow more to her to receive. She's limiting herself, and she must open to the fact that there is a lot out there, online and in person. And it's her divine rights, her birthright, to explore these spaces and places. So in answer to your question, there is not necessary necessarily any toxic people or opportunity or things in her life right now. But if she does not let go of the fears that surround her relationships that are current, they will then become toxic.
You just mentioned about her current relationships, letting go of her current relationships. Is that what you said?
Letting go of her fear around them leaving her or being abandoned.
Them being a friend, like any friend?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Her friends.
Yes. Does she have this abandonment wound?
Yes. The abandonment issues come from many past lives and lifetimes, as she's experienced many losses. But the biggest loss of all is her loss of self. For many lifetimes, including this one, she's had to experience the loss of herself. And this is really her first time in which she has expanded herself enough to start slowly returning back to that sense of self.
So this lifetime is actually has been a pretty important icebreaker sort of lifetime. Would you say that?
Yes. In this lifetime, she's come here to essentially break outside of the norm and stand in her power as a leader of light, modeling to the other people, to the other beings around her, human or from other races, that you can, and that this is normal, and that you can be a child of light here on this planet.
Would you be able to clear up her abandonment wound from all the past lifetimes on Earth and in the universe, in the cosmos?
When you say clear up, would you like me to explain more, or what was your question?
As in healing, clearing up all the stagnant energy, the energy that no longer serves her, the wounds.
Okay. Yes. We can release all of the past lifetimes and dimensions of abandonment issues. She's also currently has things in place within her contracts that are coming up in her life that will assist her in shifting these wounds and these fears.
Right. So it's still unfolding.
Yes, that is correct. Though as I'm speaking, my team is working.
Can you please tell me more about yourself and the team? Where are you guys originated from?
Yes. We are Plaedians. We are star beings. We have originated from the Pleiades. What would you like to specifically know?
I guess I'm curious about which planet, I guess, because there are so many planets and different, species in the Plaedian race, if that's correct.
Yes.
So I'm just curious about, which specific species are you guys from? Are you guys,
We are blocked.
You're blocked?
Yes.
What does that mean?
That the human does not feel comfortable in continuing the channeling.
Okay. Yeah, there is no pressure to answer any question that is...
We have the information for you, but she is not yet at a point that she trusts herself enough to receive the information.
I see. I guess, will she receive the information in the future when she's ready?
Yes, she will. It's more that the human body and what she is going through from the past in this lifetime has caused her to develop trust issues, especially between herself and spirit.
That's right, that's another question that she has, that she would like to seek further clarification. So what happened to her as a child that caused her to disconnect her from her spiriting, I guess you guys, or her imaginary friend?
As a child, about 5 or 7 years old, she would have been. She remembers, there is memories of her experiencing connection to source, to oneness. There are multiple different things that happen during this time, but they're all a part of her soul contract and what she came here to do. She had to go through the experience of being disconnected, in inverted commas, from spirit, from us, from source, so that she could then slowly find her way back. In terms of, well, your question and what you're asking, there have been multiple little situations in which she's experienced. She was made fun of for the imaginary friend and told that it was not real and that she was just talking to nothing. She also experienced the fact that as a child, the things that she perceives as negative was that she was not protected, nor was she safe from source.
I see. Would you be able to help her clear up some of that trauma from the young age, so then she can have more of a better connection with the higher realm?
Yes. Coming back to what we discussed earlier about connecting to source and creating that space within her day to connect to us, we'll be able to help her to recognize that she is safe and that she can trust the connection between us, and that essentially it was never ever severed.
It was never ever disconnected. It was never stopped.
Correct.
So do you mean that she just decided to shut down that ability of hers due to the mockery and all that little situations that happened?
Yes, correct. She decided to shut it down in order to have the human experience. But you now see what we're trying to show her is that there's no disconnection nor separation. The human experience and the spiritual experience is one within. And she can experience both at the same time.
Yes. Do you have... Are you a group of Plaedians, or you are just one single entity?
Yes, I am one single entity. My origins are from Pleiades, and the team is the humans' guidance or support team. Specifically, there are 7 of us.
What is your name? If she can call in your name during that daily practice, she can devote you now from now on?
Yes, she can refer to me as Tia.
Tia. What is your relationship with her previously, before she was incarnated as human?
We have spent our life together as humans in the past, and when we returned or came back to Source from that life, she volunteered to come down, and her and I were very close. We are what we refer to as soul family, and so I am here. I chose to support her, and I remain here on my home planet.
Beautiful. Were you her imaginary friend at a young age?
You are very smart. You have worked it out.
Yeah, it's not hard. Alright, now. She has been sensing this presence of her guardian angel, whose name is Zark. And she has been wondering, who is him and what role does he play in her life?
Yes. I am still Tia, by the way, but Zark is here and he is present with us.
Hi, Zark.
Zark and Ebony. I feel like I haven't yet used her name. It is very hard and very weird to use human names. But they have spent many lifetimes together as beloveds. And he chose to come to this lifetime as her protection.
I see. And she also has a question about attracting her soulmate as well. But if Zark is her soulmate, I know there are, multiple soulmates we have. So I assume in this lifetime she will have other soulmates in human forms, if that's correct.
Yes. She often talks about the time traveler, and she knows of the time traveler. The time traveler is herself, but also she will meet a time traveler. And Zark's role as a protector is to guide her to him, and it is a male.
Right. And will they be romantically involved?
Yes.
Do they have some mission they need to implement together?
Yes. Together they are activators of light, and they have decided to come here on Earth to work together in order to help activate beings who still may be, as we so-called, asleep.
Also through light languages?
Yes, through activations, through what you refer to as light language. Her partner, or her being, who is coming will be of the same sort of person, if that makes sense. They are aware, they channel as well.
That makes perfect sense. And how far is that timeline or that being from her at the moment?
She's on the timeline. She just recently shifted onto the timeline. Before, about 4 to 6 weeks ago, she was not on the timeline. But through her intentions, she's shifted. In terms of time, you and I both know that there's no such thing.
No.
It's when she feels it in her body.
Okay. Does she need to move somewhere else to meet that person?
Yes.
Okay. So it won't be in this area?
No.
Yeah, she will also like some practical action steps that she can take to call him in, if there is any that you can advise her.
She wrote a letter to her soulmate in which she put into her journal and made the intention to read it every day. Has she read it every day?
Has she?
No, she has not. And we ask her that she returns to that, because that piece of paper holds codes, light codes that we channeled for her, that she's written down, that will help activate and bring her soulmate together and that desire together and closer to her. Otherwise, there really is no other actions that we can necessarily share. It's about embodying the feeling for her. It's about knowing that she is worthy. And in order to do that, she just needs to come into herself.
Where does her light language come from? If you can shed some light.
She is very tapped into Source. It is a natural gift and ability that she selected when choosing to come here to this planet. Her light source essentially comes from her higher self, but has influences such as Plaedian, Acturian, Lemurian, and sometimes, even though she doesn't like to admit it, she channels from the Atlantean codes. So as you can see, the light language essentially is from her higher self and her highest source, unique to her soul, with the accents and influences of other planetary species or galactic species.
Amazing. I feel like I need to go to the bathroom. Just bear with me. patience.
You're welcome.
Well, I guess I would also like to know what our connection is about with Ebony and I. If you can share some clarity on that.
Yes. You and Ebony have come together and made soul contracts. The soul contract is that you essentially will help Ebony unlock her channels and unlock her gifts.
How can I help her in the highest and fullest and the most loving way?
Yes. Obviously, the first is this quantum healing. The other is that you have been gifted with the information, the resources, as well as the wisdom and knowledge of the galactic realms in which you can help pass on to her. So, all it is creating the space for conversation and connecting with each other. Your connection with each other is what we call long-lasting.
Yeah, I always feel that with Ebony.
Also, with your baby. She plays a big part in this connection.
How so?
Your baby and Ebony, or sorry, I should use human names. Maitreya and Ebony have had many past lives together. And Ebony holds codes in which will help unlock Maitreya's starseed abilities. Do you see the triangle?
Yeah, I guess the triangle of three of us?
Correct.
That's right. Beautiful. I guess I'm not sure if there is any scene or lifetimes that Ebony needs to explore or see today. What do you reckon?
We're more than happy to take her to one life, if she likes, if she so chooses.
Okay. If she's willing?
Yes. And if you are willing to guide her there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I should do that now. Alright. I'm just gonna bring forward Ebony's subconscious higher self, whatever word, and I will invite you to the space again, if that's okay.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Just feel yourself floating in the space, drifting in the space, and just simply being drawn to that most necessary and relevant time and space we need to explore today. And here you are here. What is your impression right now?
We're in Egypt.
What do you see?
I'm up on a stage looking out at lots of people.
You're on a stage. Are the people facing towards you?
Yes.
Do you know who you are?
Yes.
Would you like to share?
I am Goddess. Goddess Isis.
And what are you doing on the stage?
I'm blessing the people.
How are you blessing the people? How do you bless them?
I'm bringing through the light source codes. Bringing them and letting it flow all over them. I am present. I am over them. Though on the stage are the mortals. And they are talking. They are doing their mortal thing.
Are you immortal?
Yes, my dear. Look at me.
Where are you now?
Well, I'm an ascended master, as I guess they call it. I hate that terminology though. Master, I'm like a goddess. But I return to source and I come in and out essentially.
I see. And why are you showing your human self now this scene?
I'm reconnecting her to her feminine codes. I'm reconnecting her to what I like to call the golden age, the golden time. In where she's divinely embodied in the feminine. Where she can feel that feminine energy and that love and that peace within herself and her body and her vessel. And I want to show her and remind her that it is okay for her to desire the nicer things in life. That it is okay for her to desire love, gold things, peace, and to just have some fun.
Is she not feeling, I guess the word I'm gonna use is appropriate for those things?
She stresses too much that she's not like how she wants to be, or she wants to look or feel, or this is about her physical self, because she's connecting to the memories from when we were decked out in gold. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she wonders why. She thinks about all these gold necklaces and beautiful jewelries and beautiful crystals and diamonds and rubies. And it's beautiful. But she's in a different time now, a different timeline. But I've come here to remind her that she can tap into the essence of that and create something new in this human body she has.
That's right. Because she does have experiencing blockages around her body image and self-love, and it's related to this life dominantly.
Yes. There's two parts to this. Do you wish for me to explain?
Go ahead.
The first part simply is that she has, like I said before, the memories of this lavish life, this beautiful body, as she so refers to it. But there are many lifetimes in which she experienced the cut down, where she was, what is the words I am trying to look? Oh my gosh, I speak in light so much I forget how to speak your language. She spent many times and many years and many timelines being hated for her body, and she was, what is this word I'm looking for, please? They shun her. And that is it.
Yeah. Right.
She can see I am showing the life now.
It's a powerful life.
She had many lifetimes, one specifically in the 1800s, where she was called all sorts of names. And she was pushed out of her own town for the way she looked.
That's very sad.
Yes. She was referred to as the overweight witch.
Does she still carry that trauma in this life?
Yes. Very much so.
And how can she move on and let go of that trauma and the old energy from that life?
Yes, that is a great question. So, again, I like to do things in two parts. The first part is that she needs to recognize that she is worthy and she deserves to take care of herself. She feels that she is not even worthy of having a healthy vessel because she's worthless and she's not loved. But that is not true. And so the first part is she needs to work on remembering to love her body and recognize that she is deserving of her love from herself. And we suggest that she does mirror work, and she knows that the mirror that shattered in her place was getting rid of that old perception of herself. You can ask her about this later.
Okay.
The second part of this is that... Oh, I've forgotten.
You've forgotten?
Yes.
When you remember, you can always download that to her human self.
Yes, I believe she's getting quite tired.
Okay. We are going to wrap up very soon. Just one more question before you leave, Goddess Isis.
Yes, ask me.
Yeah, so I actually have experienced other people who are also you when they're going to a regression. I was just wondering, how is that possible?
My dear, you are also Isis.
Yes.
Come on, this is silly. Yes, I connect to you because we attract. You are me, I am you, and we are attracting the same sort of people. Ebony is just a reflection of you. Your other clients are just a reflection of you.
Yes. A fragment, like not the whole thing, but at least like a fragment.
Yes, of course. They are. You have to think of a reflection as ever changing. When you look at yourself in a mirror, your reflection looks one way. When you look at yourself in a window, or maybe on a piece of steel or glass or whatever, a reflection is always different. And so yes, you could compare or use a different terminology as fragment. But just always remember that your reflection doesn't always just look the same.
So I also was once you, just like how you are now on the stage. Is
Correct.
that what you're saying?
You are very good at finding out secrets, I must admit. What is the secret I am talking about? When I say I'm out and I'm on the stage and I'm bringing through my light codes and everyone is looking up, well, I see Ebony and I see Amor.
And you see all the other females?
Correct, my dear. They are all the ones in which the light source, in which my soul and their soul desire, they are my star beings, but I'm also them. Like, it's this English language is so restricted. But you get what I'm saying, right? We
Yes.
are all one, but there's no, essentially, to bring into this third dimension, that is the way I can explain it.
Okay.
You are very wise.
You sound like a queen.
Like a what?
Like a queen.
Oh.
And you know you are.
Oh, yes, of course. You see, Ebony really wants to get a chalice. She needs to get one. You guys should get matching chalices. I'll call it in.
All right, we'll have this discussion when she is at her waking state.
Oh, this is brilliant. I knew there was something I needed to do today. I got the call earlier and I thought, oh gosh, here we go. But I'm glad I came.
All right, thank you, Goddess Isis.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presence.